Hello, this is Neil from iPaintGirls.com, and we're on to girl arms now. Let's go ahead and get started on that. Should probably use this piece of paper. Don't want to waste paper even though I recycle it. Might as well use as much of the paper as possible. Right, so when doing the girl arm, like I said, it's pretty much the same as when you're doing the guy arm. Now there is one thing I wanted to show though that I think is pretty cool when you're doing the arm from like a side view. Let's say you have like the shoulder here and you're coming down to the bicep down here, but then let's say you have elbow here, like so, or actually let's say even more so, you have elbow right here because the arm is oops, I don't know what happened there. Let's do that again. Anyway, the point being I wanted to show here really quick before we get started was I think it looks cool if you have, so like this is a foreshorten, so you have like the shoulder and then part of, maybe part of the bicep there, and then the neck, and then a face would be like here or whatever. The point being that we're seeing this part of the arm that's covering the other part. And so you do the elbow like that, and I think it looks pretty cool when you have the elbow. Whoa, a piece of paper just like flew off my bed from the fan. So you just have the elbow come in and cover part of the arm here like that. And then remember that, well anyway, that's that. There's no reason to talk more about it. I just wanted to show that before we get started. Right, so you start the same way, but with the girl, draw a thinner oval for the shoulder, and then of course draw a thinner next oval or part of the oval for her bicep, and then we'll do the little rectangle, and then we'll connect the thinner tapering tube. Right, so that's what we do to get started. And everything's pretty much the same except, it's thinner and stuff. So you have that part, you still have that little bit. You can add a little definition. It just really depends on how buff your girl is. You can even add a little bit of, tricep in there. It looks pretty cool. We'll give her a bit of bicep there. Maybe we'll just add a little bit like that, a little definition to show just connect, just kind of showing how it kind of connects to the body there. And then you have this part here where the elbow would be behind there. And remember that, so I'll go ahead and connect. This muscle wraps around. That's the muscle that we remember from before, this one that wraps around in here. If you wanted to kind of indicate it, you could like that, but typically, females don't actually have any definition like that on them, at least not from this angle. So even with the buff girl, that's really all the definition you're using to give her, is those little notches to show the shoulder, maybe a couple notches to show the bicep, have this overlap a little bit. You might show a couple little niches like that maybe, and then you kind of shade right in here. I'll add some shading, and you can actually also hint at muscles by how you shade as well. And then maybe kind of just show that she has a little bit of definition with that muscle by having the shading make that shape like that kind of Z shape. And then you can get rid of that if you wanted to. And you could add a little bit of line back like that. Anyway, so that's the arm from the front view. So we're looking, at her like that. And then from the back view, it's it's pretty much the same as the guy, except so we start with those same basic shapes, then have our little square, our tapered off cylinder. Everything's pretty much the same, Remember, the side that's closest to the back is the longer part. This is the shorter part. So that if you did have a line, that line would be there. This line would come down in here like so. So let's say she's kind of a buff chick. Not quite like She-Hulk buff, but she's sort of buff. You have your elbow. Remember, this side comes down farther. And if you want, you could maybe add this line right here, and that's it. Now, one thing to remember is when you have the arm, let's say the arm's going to be like this. It's going to be bent, so you have that 90-degree bend, remember, for the elbow. And it's going to come up like this. Oops. It's going to be like that. Then you can have this muscle right here. And let's say she's like buff chick. Anyway, so what I'm showing is when you have that muscle right there, that muscle on any kind of buff person is usually visible. And so let me go ahead and show something what I'm talking about. Remember, we have this main muscle here that connects to that looks like it's going to connect to the tricep, that folds around the forearm. That's the one we remember where to place no matter where we draw the arm. That way we can always draw its counter, its complement muscle that attaches to it. And then there's another muscle right next to it that makes a V. And when you remember this muscle, you can add that muscle and that muscle. So as long as you can place this muscle anywhere on the arm, you can place these other muscles very easily. The reason why I'm pointing this out again is usually what's visible is just this line right here. So that line right there is the line that's visible. No, it's the one next to the elbow. So just remember, wherever you draw an arm, if you have the elbow visible like that, then you can draw that little line, and that's the and you can actually just hint at the line too. You can just go like this with little lines, but like that. So that that muscle shows up. And if you wanted, if the person's like really buff, you can add that line like that, and then you can add. Remember, there's another muscle that connects right there, and so but typically it's just that that one there that will show up. You can also hint at it with the way you shade. So just keep in mind the forms and the way you can shade around them. Okay, so we got the back side, the front side for the female arm, and then I guess we can do a side view really quick. So you start with your shoulder, your bicep, square, and then you got your tapered cylinder. Again, you kind of just come like so, kind of hint at that there, come down. You can have just a little bit of tricep, elbow. I'm going to kind of come like that. Then you have your bicep and your other part of your forearm. And then that would be your hand down there. I can erase this stuff on the inside. And remember, I could add that little line right there just to kind of hint at that muscle. Again, a little line here to hint at the tricep, and maybe a little couple of dashes there to hint at that. And I can also hint, remember there's a V kind of like this right here. I can hint at those. Maybe she's kind of buff, so right, that's pretty much it. That covers the female arms. Like I said, it's pretty much like the male arms, it's just thinner. So once you learn the muscle groupings for the super buff male arms, then you can apply that to when you're drawing female arms. I'm just trying to think really quick if there's anything else I wanted to cover on arms. I think I pretty much got it all covered, so yep. Oh, let's see. Actually, one more thing. Let's flip this over. Let's say again you have that foreshortened thing here with the arms coming out at us, and you have her shoulder like this, and then you have part of her bicep there and tricep that's being foreshortened, cut off, and then you have, let's say, come down to the elbow here, and then you just kind of draw that line in like that, and then you can have this shape coming like so, and then let's say you have this shape up here like that. So if you just kind of have that, oh well, that was my lead was too long, so like that. Okay, so to have the elbow kind of curve in like that, it looks kind of cool. I like the way it looks anyway. All right, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed all these videos that I did on arms, and I'm going to be putting them up on the website and categorize them like I usually do on the website under drawing, so you can always go and check them all all out there. It's easier to go there than on my YouTube channel, because there it's all listed by subject and stuff, and it's all named and easy to follow. So again, that's ipaintgirls.com. The link's in the description. Check it out for more free tutorials. Feel free to pass the link around. You can always put the link in your SIG and forums and stuff. That's cool. And then more people will learn about it, more people will learn, and that's good because I have a lot of free stuff on there, and I like people to be able to get free information. So the more people that know about it, the more people that will benefit from the free information. Right, okay, so I'm blabbing now. Thank you for watching.